but the rest of the time I feel awful. Just about no food sounds good, or liquid. Like water doesn't taste good. My cups of tea don't taste good anymore. That's really hard. Welcome to my 6-week pregnancy update. I almost did not film this today. I was going to skip it and just do a combined one next week because we're actually heading out of town tomorrow for a few days and I've got quite a bit I need to get done today and I'm just not feeling good. Also, you might hear a bit of noise. I know I say this in every video, but if you're a new viewer, then you might not know. I have 2 other children, Jack, who is just about 3, and Annie, who will be 17 months old tomorrow, the 13th of March. So they're both playing out there and you might hear a bit of noise. And I'm filming in my bedroom today because I've got my dryer and my dishwasher and my washing machine going, so it's loud out there. So I just thought it'd be a little bit quieter in here. But let me get into the update. I have had, a challenging week. I'm not feeling good today. I have not felt good all week. It just kind of, the morning sickness kind of built up throughout the week into all day sickness. There's probably like maybe the odd half an hour where I don't feel like death, but the rest of the time I feel awful. Just about no food sounds good, or liquid. Like water doesn't taste good. My cups of tea don't taste good anymore. That's really hard. So this is, I don't mean for this to sound like a whingy update, but I do want it to be a really honest update and to say that I've really struggled. I have not felt good. Besides the sickness, like I won't say that the minute I open my eyes I feel sick, but like it builds up very quickly as soon as I get out of bed, and I do feel like it's worse when I'm standing up and walking around. If I'm lying down I still feel yuck, but it's not quite as bad. But it's really bad in the morning up until probably mid-afternoon, and then I get a little bit of a reprieve, and then if I can eat a good dinner I'm okay, and then like just before I go to bed I start feeling really yucky again. So it's just nausea. I haven't thrown up yet. I kind of wish I could, but it's just nausea. And then what's so challenging about it is that nothing sounds good. Like I dread meal times because I just don't know what to eat, and even if it does sound good, like I will have it, and at the moment I start eating it, my gag reflex is just like going crazy, and so I struggle to get it down. This morning I tried to eat some baked beans because I wanted some protein and something that was going to fill me up in the morning, and like it sounded okay, so I ate them, but I really struggled to get through it. But I did get them in, so I'm hoping that it's going to help sort of ease things over the course of the day. And you'll notice I am chewing gum. That is helping. I heard, I don't know, one of my friends mentioned it. And so I've been chewing like mint flavored gum constantly, like in between meals. That's what I'm chewing. And that does seem to be helping a little bit, just takes the edge off. Something else that's been major this week is just stuffiness. Like I just have a really stuffy nose and my head feels really full. That might be the change in seasons because we are going from summer to autumn here, and so it could, like that could be part of it, but I do usually get congested when I'm pregnant, so I'm kind of thinking that's a pregnancy thing as well. And I'm trying to think major symptoms. I haven't been as thirsty this week, but it's been there, but like I cannot drink just straight water. Like I've been putting lemon juice in it, and that's been helping a bit. Powerade tastes quite good, and the things that I've been craving have been like cold things, like ice cream. And like I've been craving like a slushie is what I'd really like. But I got my husband to buy me raspberry fizzy drink, and like I've been chilling it in the fridge, and that's good every now and again. It tastes okay. Food, I've had a couple of Big Macs that have tasted pretty good, and they've kind of helped settle things a bit. I crave them with my other pregnancies too. I think it's the pickles and like the saltiness. But just any snacky food sounds yuck. Like it sounds really gross. Like crackers. Usually I love popcorn. Right now it's just like, ugh, I just don't even want to think about it. So when I do want to eat, I want to eat like a full meal and fill myself up. So yeah. it's challenging because I'm hungry, but I don't want to eat anything, and then that makes me feel worse because I haven't eaten anything. So it's just like, ugh. I have not been this sick with my other 2 pregnancies. Like, Annie made me quite nauseous. I really did get quite a bit of nausea with her, but I didn't feel it to this extent, and not so early on. Like, for having just turned 6 weeks, I feel like this is intense. So my bet is that it's another girl, just based on how sick I've been. I've also had, not breakouts, but I've had a few blind spots, and I do not usually get like more than 1 at a time, and so I know that's definitely pregnancy related. I've had several. My sleep has been atrocious. I've really struggled to fall asleep because I've been feeling yucky, and then I've been struggling to stay asleep. I did have a really good sleep last night, actually. That was nice, but generally speaking, I'm struggling with it. I'm waking up for toilet breaks throughout the night already, so there's that. There have also been a couple nights where I've had acid reflux. That's not unusual for me. I feel like it's a hormonal thing. I noticed in my pregnancy journal from Annie, I was already having acid reflux in my 5-week updates. So that's not abnormal for me. It's not fun, but it's not abnormal. Like, by the end of my pregnancies, I'm literally drinking down bottles of Gaviscon. It is horrendous. So not looking forward to that, but I know it is just part of it. So this weekend, some happy news is that we did tell our families about the pregnancy. So we told my husband's parents on Wednesday night. I wasn't there because I was just so tired. I was at home. I've been going to bed between 8:30 and 9 o'clock every night. But my husband told his family, and they were really excited. And then we got to meet my brand new niece on the weekend, and we told her parents, so it's my brother and sister-in-law, we told them that I was expecting. And then we also told my family on Saturday night, and they were thrilled. We've been met with really good responses, and I've told a couple of close friends too. So that's probably all we're going to tell at least until we have the dating scan, but probably closer to the 2nd trimester, I think. We'll just see how we go. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to hide it because of the muscle separation I had with my pregnancy with Annie. There is a baby bump there already, and first thing in the morning. So I think I'm going to show really quickly, which is crazy. But yeah, this week there was a pair of pants that I could not do the top button on, and so I had to do the hair tie trick. So that's happening. On a more serious note, the one thing that I did struggle a bit with this week, there was one morning I just woke up and I just had this feeling, I just felt terrible. I felt really depressed, I guess is the best way to say it, and there was no way I could sort of lift my mood. I really struggled, and it was eerily familiar to what I felt postpartum with Annie for a little while, and I've said that I was teetering on the edge of postpartum depression with Annie. Maybe I did have a little bit of it, and maybe even some antenatal depression, and so I'm just very aware of that. I think just because I've been feeling so miserable, it hasn't helped, and that's kind of what preempted everything in my pregnancy with Annie. I just had a really, really painful pregnancy with her. I'm fairly sure I fractured my tailbone when I was pregnant with her. I never had it diagnosed, but it was she's almost 17 months old, and it's taken to this point for me to be able to sit comfortably in the car again and not be in pain from that. So I'm fairly confident I did fracture it, and it made for an incredibly painful pregnancy. And I feel like that can't help but affect your mood. So I'm just very aware of it now, and I just want to be really careful that I don't sort of cover it up or let myself live there for too long. I need to make sure I'm being open with people about it and talk to my midwife about it if I'm really struggling. So yeah, there's that. I think that's about it for this week. There's not much happening. I'm going away for a few days, and then next week we will be having our dating scan. So it's about a week and a half away from now. It's on the 21st. It's currently the 12th today. And yeah, I'm just trying to move past this morning sickness because it is rough. It's really rough. And I'm just physically spent. I have zero motivation to do anything. I'm just getting by in the bare minimum. Thankfully, Shane has been brilliant about helping with meals. If I have a half an hour or so in the day where I'm not feeling too bad, I'll try and whip up dinner really quickly, and then he can just reheat it for the kids in the evening. And I sometimes I'll eat the dinner I've made, sometimes I'll have to eat something else, but he's been really helpful with dealing with the food aspect, because my sense of smell is just amped up so much. It's not even that smells are bad, it's just that they're so pungent and so strong. And it's not everything. It feels like a 100-mile radius, like it's just all there. So yeah, that's going on. So I didn't want this to sound like a whiny update. I'm very grateful for where we are. It was really fun telling my family and they're really happy. But it is hard to be excited about something when you feel so utterly miserable. So I know I will move past this stage. I know it's just a small phase in the scheme of things. So trying to keep my eyes toward the future and forgive myself for letting my other 2 children watch lots of TV this week while I sleep on the couch. We're survival mode here at the moment. I'm really interested in the dating scan to see what it's going to tell us, if perhaps I'm further ahead than I thought. My husband keeps throwing around the word twins. I think it's a singleton, and I think it's just a different kind of pregnancy, you know, so we'll have to wait and see what they say. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you're new and you want to keep up to date with my pregnancy updates, then hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you like this video, I don't think I've said this yet, pregnancy brain, like it, so I know. But I will see you next week for my 7-week update. Bye bye guys.